Guys, this is wild. For the first time in nearly a decade, a comet brighter than most stars in the sky has suddenly become visible. But here's the twist, it's only going to last a moment. Astronomers are calling it C2023A3, Tsuchinshan Atlas. And right now, it's racing across our sky faster than any plane, any rocket, a cosmic visitor that's literally fading as you watch. NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory confirmed it. This comet, discovered by the asteroid terrestrial impact, Last Alert System, or ATLAS, is now bright enough to be seen with the naked eye. For a few fleeting nights, then it'll vanish back into the glare of the sun. How can something that bright, that massive, just disappear so fast? Let's break it down. The discovery. Back in February 2023, astronomers at the Tsuchinshan Observatory in China and the ATLAS project in Hawaii detected a faint, fast-moving object cutting through the outer solar system. At first it looked like a normal asteroid. Cold, quiet, harmless. But the data didn't lie. Its speed, its orbital curve, this thing wasn't a rock. It was alive with ice and dust, a comet, flying in from the farthest reaches of our solar system. They named it C2023A3, Tsuchinshan Atlas, a joint discovery between East and West, separated by oceans but united by starlight. At the time, the comet was so far away that sunlight took over 40 minutes just to reach it. If you could travel there on a commercial jet at 900 kilometers per hour, you'd arrive roughly 400 years later. That's how deep into space this traveler came from. But even from that distance, something about 31 Atlas caught scientists' attention. It was unusually bright, too bright for its distance. And as the months passed, it started glowing even more intensely. Its icy nucleus releasing plumes of gas that stretched for thousands of kilometers. Astronomers predicted it would reach magnitude 0 by late 2024, bright enough to rival some of the most famous comets in human history. But then, something strange happened. The contradiction. Here's where things got weird. As 31 Atlas began approaching the inner solar system, its brightness suddenly fluctuated, violently. It didn't behave like other comets at all. Normally, comets brighten steadily as they approach the sun. The heat melts the ice, releases gas, builds a tail, and creates that familiar glowing arc we all love. But Atlas, it didn't follow the script. Instead, its brightness flickered. Some nights, it looked stunning, visible even to amateur telescopes. Then suddenly, it would fade, almost like someone turned off a cosmic light switch. NASA's photometric data didn't match predictions. Spectrographs showed strange readings. The ratios of carbon, sodium, and dust weren't consistent with typical comet compositions. Even the tail direction wobbled slightly, suggesting the comet was spinning irregularly or breaking apart. This is the moment astronomers began to worry. Because comets that behave like this often don't survive their trip around the sun. And that's when scientists started questioning everything. Was 31 Atlas just another dusty ice ball doomed to disintegrate? Or was something else happening? Something we didn't fully understand yet. Guys, pause for a second and think. What do you think is going on here? Is it fragmenting or revealing something new about how comets behave near the sun? Drop your theory below, because here's where it gets even crazier. The expert insight. Astrophysicist Dr. Karen Meach from the University of Hawaii has studied dozens of these comets. She said, these long-period comets can surprise us. Their surfaces are ancient, but once they warm up, volatile materials deep inside start reacting in unpredictable ways. Translation? It's like a frozen time capsule suddenly waking up after millions of years, and nobody really knows what's inside. Meanwhile, Dr. Marco Micheli from the European Space Agency's Near-Earth Object Center pointed out another odd thing. The comet's trajectory is slightly off from pure gravitational motion, meaning something besides the sun's pull is nudging it. That something is likely the jets of vapor, exploding from its surface, small bursts of gas that act like thrusters, subtly altering its orbit. Some experts believe Atlas might be spinning so fast that these gas eruptions are sending it into a chaotic wobble. Others think it's already breaking apart, and we're watching the final breaths of a dying comet. But here's the kicker. The last time we saw a comet behave this erratically was Comet Ison back in 2013. It was supposed to be the comet of the century. Instead, it disintegrated completely, just hours before reaching its closest approach to the sun. Could Atlas suffer the same fate? That's the haunting question no one can answer yet. The implications. If, and it's a big if, 31 Atlas survives its close brush with the sun, it could become one of the brightest comets of this century. Some astronomers even suggested it might be visible in daylight, a once-in-a-lifetime event. Imagine walking outside in the middle of the day and seeing a glowing tail stretching across the blue sky. That's not science fiction. That's what could happen if this comet holds together. But even if it doesn't, its story still matters. Each of these cosmic visitors carries the building blocks of our solar system, frozen in time for billions of years. Studying them helps scientists understand how Earth's water formed, how planets evolved, and how volatile compounds spread across the solar system. And for planetary defense teams, like NASA's Planetary Defense Coordination Office, Atlas is a critical test. Every comet teaches us how to better track unpredictable objects that could one day cross Earth's orbit. But beyond science, there's something deeply human about this. We spend our lives looking up, searching for moments like this. Something rare, fleeting, and beautiful. A comet that appears for a few nights, then disappears for centuries. Let me ask you something. Would you stay up all night just to witness something that might never return? Because that's exactly what skywatchers around the world are doing right now. From rural deserts in Arizona to mountain peaks in Chile, telescopes are pointed at the sky, watching a light that could vanish forever. The revelation. As of this week, Comet 31A Atlas has reached its brightest phase, barely visible just after sunset, low on the western horizon. If you have a clear sky and minimal light pollution, you might just spot it, a faint, glowing streak near the constellation Virgo. But here's the revelation. This isn't just a comet passing by. It's a reminder of how fragile cosmic beauty really is. Something that took millions of years to reach us will fade away in days. Atlas is moving at roughly 44 kilometers per second. That's over 157,000 kilometers per hour. In the time it takes you to finish watching this video, it's already traveled more than the distance from Earth to the Moon. And once it swings behind the sun, we might never see it again in our lifetimes. Some astronomers think it could return in thousands of years. Others say this is it. Its orbit may never bring it back intact. Moments like this remind us why space feels so powerful. Because it shows us how temporary everything really is. Planets, stars, even comets, they're all caught in this endless cosmic dance, flickering in and out of existence. As one astronomer from NASA put it, every comet is a message written in ice, carried by time and erased by light. And maybe that's what makes Atlas so special. It's not just a comet. It's a fleeting letter from the universe, visible to us for only a moment before it's gone forever. Closing reflection. So here's what we know. Atlas was discovered in early 2023 by two observatories on opposite sides of the planet. It's now speeding past Earth's orbit, glowing just bright enough for us to catch a glimpse. Its behavior defies predictions, flickering, wobbling, and possibly fragmenting as it nears the sun. And within days, maybe hours, it'll fade, swallowed by the same light that made it visible. But the story doesn't end here, because every time a comet like Atlas appears, we learn something new, not just about the universe, but about our place in it. Weeks after its closest approach, observatories reported that Atlas's brightness had dropped drastically. At first, many thought it had vanished completely. But deep sky photos from the Las Cumbres Observatory showed faint debris trails, meaning the comet had broken into several glowing fragments, each still releasing gas. It wasn't gone, just scattered. And that's strangely poetic. Even broken, it kept shining. Even dying, it kept teaching. Those fragments are now drifting back toward the outer solar system. In a few thousand years, they might return again, smaller, quieter, colder. By then, humanity will be different. Maybe gone, maybe exploring other stars. But those pieces will still carry our fingerprints, the data, the images, the wonder we recorded tonight. So maybe Atlas didn't vanish. Maybe it transformed. From light in the sky to knowledge in our minds. You know, there's something emotional about this. Every civilization before us has looked up and seen comets as omens, symbols of change, death, or rebirth. Ancient Chinese astronomers called them broom stars. The Romans thought they carried the souls of emperors. And here we are, streaming, sharing, decoding, yet still feeling the same awe. That's the beauty of astronomy. It connects us backward through time. When we see Atlas, we're seeing what ancient humans saw, a rare light moving across eternity. And even if we never see it again, for a few nights, we were part of its story. Maybe that's the whole point. So what did Atlas teach us? That the universe still has surprises. That the simplest flicker in the sky can hold the oldest secrets. that sometimes the most beautiful things exist because they don't last. Right now, telescopes around the world are tracking its last fragments. Scientists are comparing data with past comets like ISON, Lovejoy, and Neowise, looking for patterns that explain why some survive while others don't. And as we speak, new discoveries are already being made. Another comet, another mystery, maybe even more ancient than Atlas. So keep watching the skies, because the next one might already be on its way. From the far edge of the Oort cloud, carrying another message written in light. Don't forget to subscribe. Next week, we'll explore an object that challenges everything we know about interstellar visitors. An ancient rock drifting between stars, unlike anything ever seen before. Until then, look up tonight, because somewhere out there, a dying comet is still glowing, just long enough for you to see it.